What's up, everybody? So, every once in a while, I like to do like a little rant or, you know, say something that's in my mind that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a while now. And this is one of those subjects. And yeah, you read the title correctly. Obesity is not healthy. And I'll be the first one to say that right now. I'll be the first one to admit, although, I'm sure a lot of people have admitted to that and a lot of people know that. But the ones who don't know that, or I should say they do know that, they just don't give a shit, are the ones that are pushing this agenda where, like, fat people can be accepted, or that little fat, what is it, the fat acceptance that we get nowadays. Because it started off with the movement called the body positivity movement, and it's been popular for quite a while. And I think, and I might be wrong on this, don't quote me, but at least last time to my knowledge, it started off with that rapper girl, I forgot her name, I think it's called Lizzo. And that's because she was big, and she's still big. And she was basically saying, like, look, I love this body, and this is how I am, and I like to, I don't care what anybody thinks, whether they think it's unhealthy or whatever. Like, this is my choice or whatever. I'm just gonna say to anybody else that thinks that, if you want to stay that way, cool, more power to you. However, when you get up to a certain age, to the point where you start developing diseases, like such as, I don't know, like heart strokes, heart attacks, or diseases, heart diseases, cancer, blood clots, you name it. When you start developing those diseases, do not complain to the politicians, like Joe Biden or Trump or Obama. Mainly, a lot of people, those type of fat people, they kind of blame Trump for it, which I have no idea why. What does politics have to do with being fat? But anyway, I'm not gonna get to that. Don't complain to those politicians, to those celebrities, to your family members, to anybody else for your mistakes, because you decided not to do something with your weight, especially now that you start developing these diseases. Okay? And that's something you don't want to play with. I don't want to play with that shit. And if anybody knows anything about obesity being not healthy, is this person right here. Okay? You guys have no idea. I've been going through this whole phase of, I've been having issues with weight loss and stuff for years. For years. Do you know why? It's not because I couldn't do it. It's not because I didn't have the courage or whatever. It's because I didn't feel like it. I feel like, I've started, I was thinking like these people here were like, why do I need to lose weight or anything like that? Like, why? Like, I can eat whatever I want, and it's my body, and shit. Like, it's healthy. It's still healthy in a way. That's what I was thinking, right? Even when I was a young kid, believe it or not, I was around 6, 8 years old. Okay, I was big. I was a big kid, man. I was oof. Like imagine a pregnant woman, right? You see how pregnant women are when they get pregnant, their belly gets bigger and bigger, and by, let's say, about 8, 9 months, depending on their body structure, like their belly gets big. That's pretty much how I was when I was a kid. My stomach was shaped like I was pregnant with 10 kids. Yeah, that's the gospel truth, and it carried on up until about 12 years old, and I started to, work out around 14. Well, it started all the way to 14, and I started working out. But the only reason is because my dad had pushed me. He pushed me to start working out, to work exercising and all that stuff, and start eating good stuff like lean proteins and wheats and stuff like that, bananas and vegetables and stuff like that. He wanted me to get pushed in that because he didn't want me to end up like him. For years, my dad used to struggle with weight as well. And it came to a point where he started developing diabetes. Now, it is true that he had gotten, now, they tell you that usually when you get these diabetes, a lot of times you can get them also not only through your health, through your overweight body, but you get it through your family history. However, you can still cure that by taking care of yourself, physically and mentally. You can still take care of that. In this case, we're talking about physically. So you can still block that situation from happening just by taking care of yourself. So for years, I mean, if you talk about, my dad was big boy. He was like, maybe he's 6 feet, around 5'10", 6 feet. He's around 6 feet or so, 6 feet, 6'1", 6'1", 6'1", and he weighed over about like maybe around 3 to almost 400 pounds, and he was a big dude, man. He was a big dude. I'll never forget it, man. As soon as he finished eating, you have no idea what my dad had gone through. I'll never forget it, man. As soon as he finished eating or before he go to bed, he'll get these needles, for your injections. Since when you're diabetes, you gotta use this type of you have to inject yourself every single night before you go to bed. Now I don't know the structure of it. I can't remember what type of prescription they give you or whatever. But you have to take it, and of course other pills, because if not, then you're gonna die. Especially if your blood pressure is out of control and stuff like that. So, but I see him that he would inject himself on the stomach, and he would like pinch himself through his fingers, because you have to. I can't remember exactly how it exactly works. It's been a long time since he was diabetic, but he said, man, the struggle that he went through, oof, man. And he was around, he started having that problem from the time he was in high school all the way to, give or take, around his mid-30s. By his mid-30s, the grave was knocking on the door because his blood pressure was so bad that he almost died. Okay? So when it came to that point, he just said, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck this weight. Fuck this lifestyle. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lose weight and, try to find the right portion to my diet and whatever. And shit, from that point on, he started losing weight and he lost about 106, 116 pounds. And he just kept on going. So when I saw that, it motivated me, not only for him to push us to do it, to push me to do it. I was saying us because I was talking about my brother because he was another one, which I get to him in a minute, but he was pushing me to the point where I don't want you to end up like how I was. I want you to be healthy. I want you to, start exercising, start eating good and stuff, so that way, you don't end up like me. Okay. And listen, he can tell you straightforward of his struggles of diabetes, because if anybody knows, it's him and my grandmother too. So, from my dad's side, of course. But listen, it's not healthy, man. It is not healthy. So after that, it gave me the courage to start losing weight, and I started working out and stuff. I didn't hit the weight yet until I was like 15, 16 years old. So, long story short, I lost a little bit of weight, and then I started getting it back up again by around my 20s. So I started up around, I was 20 years old. Matter of fact, here's this picture right here that shows, of what I used to be, basically. I was around 265, almost 300 pounds. Okay, I was starting to end up like my dad. And, every year when I used to go to the doctors, they would check out my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was like through the roof. And I was like, wow. I didn't want to believe it because, you have this mentality like, well, screw it, because I was in a point already where I was like, fuck it. If I'm fat, I'm fat. The hell with it. I don't give a shit anymore. Until when I noticed the family history, and I know about my dad's diabetes, but biologically, you guys don't know this, but he's not really, he's not, biologically, he's not my dad, but he took care of me, ever since I was a child. I think I talked about it about, something about parents and stuff like that. I talked about them. I can't remember the topic, the title it was. I think it had something to do with parents. Just look up Lorenzo Greatness parents, and I'm sure you could find it there. If I remember, I would find a link and put it on the description box down below so you can check it out. But biologically, he's not my dad, right? But so I covered that part, but I understood my biological dad of his family history. So when I found that out, and I noticed that that my biological grandfather from my biological dad's side, I know it's a little complicated, and it's a lot more into that. Trust me, you kind of want to go. If I haven't talked about it enough yet, if you guys want me to talk through it, how it all started out, let me know in the comment section down below. But bottom line is that I went through the family history of that side, and I noticed that it had heart issues, high cholesterols, and strokes. I'm not too sure about strokes, but I do know about high blood pressure. So when I saw that, it woke me up a little bit, but it didn't give me the courage to do it. Like I wanted to, I thought of it in my mind, but it didn't push me to. Like it didn't make me go and say like, you know what, fuck this shit, fuck this weight, and fuck this life. All these damn obesity could go kiss my ass. This is what I was saying in my mind that time. I didn't come to that point yet until when I saw the Hodgmans. When I saw the Hodgmans, because at that time they were still, it was in 2017 or so. So they were still making some workout videos from time to time, but I would watch not only their current videos, I would watch their old videos. And how they give out motivation tips of working out and stuff like that, but they do it in a comedic way. But sometimes they kind of like let you know what's up. Like they put their foot down and let you know, like, listen, man, you need to get your ass in the gym and start working out, and start losing all this damn weight. They kind of had that mentality of that. They didn't really say that verbatim. I'm sure they have in some of the cases, but for me, what that show was, I was like, you know what? That's true, man. Like, man, we need to get our shit together. So, as I kept watching the Hodgkins video, it made me want to lose weight even more. Made me want to get back in shape and get to where I used to be and stuff like that, which I'll show you the picture right here of what I was. Or, in a way I still am, but I kind of gained a little few pounds here and there, so I'm trying to get back into that. But there you can see there I was 201. So, but I didn't get into that position yet in 2017. So, it took a while. It took me a while to kind of get my groove on and kind of get this mentality of, I have to get serious on this cut and I got to get serious on staying active and stuff like that. It took about 2020. Yeah, it took about it because I wasn't disciplined enough, and I wasn't disciplined enough, and there was a lot of things going on in my life that I would not talk about, or maybe further down the road I'll talk about it, but yeah, just not the time and place. But one of them would be just I just wasn't disciplined enough. So by that 2020, I said, you know what, the hell with it. No, this isn't where I want to go. By that time, 2020, around 22, yeah, I was around 22, turning 23, and this was before COVID. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm not getting any younger. I mean, yeah, they say in your 20s you're young, but through health-wise, you're not really getting any younger. So from that point on, I say, you know what? Fuck this shit. Fuck this obesity bullshit. I'm tired of it. I'm gonna, cut, and I'm gonna get to the weight goal where I wanted to be. Which at that time it was 200 pounds. So a year later, I started to cut that down, and I was basically around 201, 200, which you saw the picture there. I'll show it again, as you can see it from there. And ever since then, up until this point now, I always make sure that my calories are on point and making sure that I got the nutrition in my body. The only thing I lack now is my hydration issue, because I do drink a lot of water, which, as you can see here, I got one here and then I got another one here. I will be drinking about, let's say, give or take about 5 to 8 bottles of water, and that's me. But the problem is that I wasn't getting enough nutrition in my body as far as like hydration goes, like not getting enough juice. So it was a bad habit in me, so I had to kind of work on that. But the point being is that I never ever quit. I never stopped. From that point on, from 2020, I never stopped caring about my weight, because every time when I think that, I think back to what I used to be, and the more I think back on it, I was like, no, hell no, there's no way in hell I ever want to get back to almost 300 pounds. Fuck that. Fuck that shit, man. Hell no. So, and if I were to keep going like this, keep eating and going back to 300-400 pounds, guess what? I probably wouldn't live longer. I probably would not be living longer. I probably would be living right now, because the way how I was going. Okay? So, listen, obesity is not healthy. Period, point blank. I don't give a shit what anybody say. Okay? It's not healthy. If you want to stay that weight, if you want to be overweight and stuff like that, fine, do you. But like I said, do not complain to anybody else for your mistakes because you decided to not take care of your body. Don't complain about that. Matter of fact, don't complain if a lot of guys or girls are turned off because of your physique. Because not everybody is into big people. I'm not. Okay? I'm not. Okay, yeah, I still got a little chiquito here and there, but, at least I still have the courage to be able to still be on the cut. So, or at least trying to lose weight. I'm still trying to lose the weight goal I want to achieve at, which is around 150 to 170 range. If I don't like my look, if I don't like the way I look around 170 to 160, then I chop it down to around 150, and that's as far as I'm gonna go. So I'm not gonna go any more than that. It's a little too low for me. But anyway, point being is, I'm still trying to cut this weight off. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, this year it's been lacking, man. It's not even before I started working on that warehouse. I would stay around the 200 range, and sometimes it's like kind of like you're right so close and right there, and yet by the time you reach that goal, you start eating constantly, and like you go back to where you started. So it's tough. Believe me, if anybody knows the struggle of losing weight, it's me. So, but listen, if I'm not quitting, none of you guys are quitting. And I'm talking about those people who are, who want to lose weight. They just don't have the courage, or they don't have the motivation or drive to do so. And they're looking for other people who have been in that similar situation before to tell them, like, yo, you're not alone, okay? I know how it is I know how the struggle can be to lose weight, but listen, it's never too late to start, okay? Even if you had, diabetes or these health issues, it's still never too late. You can still be able to lose the weight and have a healthy body. You don't have to be like me where like I want to be like, I'm trying to be fit. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like a bodybuilder, but like I want to gain like, some muscles, you know what I mean? Some gains, That's me. That's my goal. Which eventually down the road, I'm going to make a channel, some workout videos and stuff like that, but that's going to be on a different channel, and that's going to be years from now because, not only do I want to take care of this first, I also, have other things in mind that I want to set up, like, as far as like the stage of my background and stuff like that. So that's gonna take a while. But while doing that, I can still take care of this. So uh, it's never too late, and don't quit. Don't give up, and don't listen to those haters that they tell you that you can't lose weight because you're too big or whatever, or you don't have the metabolism or whatever. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. There's always a way. There's always a way, whether it's if you need a personal trainer to kind of encourage you to do it, by all means, you go ahead and do it. If you want to look at YouTube videos that kind of help you and push you, like my video, by all means, do it. You gotta find something. You gotta find something that keeps you motivated, keeps you, on the drive to want to lose weight. Okay, you gotta make sure you have it in here, and also keep this. Also, the main thing is to have discipline. Because a lot of people have that issue with discipline. I know, and I'm one of them, and everybody else has an issue, whether they're fat or not. We all have that issue. So don't quit, man. Don't quit. I'm thinking about both ladies and men. And to those who don't give a shit, I mean, hey, that's your life. That's your life. You want to live like that? By all means. This video is going way too long, but as you can see, I'm pretty much feeling a lot better, and I just wanted to give my little rant and also give some advice to everybody who has a similar mindset as I do. So don't quit. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep fighting. Keep pushing it. It's gonna be rough, and keep in mind that if the more you lose weight, the more harder it gets. But as long as you have that mindset, the mentality to keep going, nobody can stop you. Nothing can stop you. So keep going. And on that note, if you enjoyed this video, you do me a solid favor and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and smash that share button. Also, what do you guys think was this whole movement thing going on, man? Because to be honest with you, I don't like it. I don't like the direction that it's going. I already told you guys why, but feel free. And remember, keep it nice, friendly, and more adult. Okay? I don't want no childish of trolling and all this talking shit. No. Everybody has its right to have. Everybody are entitled to have their opinion, whatever. But keep it cool. If you don't keep it cool, I block you. Okay? I don't discriminate. I don't give a damn who you are. You come out here trying to talk disrespectfully, in the comment section, you will be blocked. Okay? Let it be known. So on that note, guys, until next time, peace out. Yeah, let's go. Games time.